Hello racing fans, and welcome to It's a Breeze with myself, Deez, and I trust that you, the valued racing fan, as well. Looking forward to this Sunday after the doubleheader on Saturday, Hollywoodbets Durbanville, and of course the Big T. We close things off for the weekend at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, Imsanduzi, Pietermaritzburg, my hometown. Love going there, and I am going to be working on course as well. So hoping that this Sunday turns out to be successful for the show. And hopefully we can end things off on a high. As you've come to know, all the homework is done and all that's left is for you to get on. And we're hoping to get on big time on Sunday on the Tote. Let's get straight into it, and we'll begin with our first bet, and it's going to be a jackpot. Well, we've been successful with these jackpot bets, so I'm hoping that the trend continues. Well, race number 4 will be jackpot 1, and race number 4 begins at 14.15. What I've done in this race, I must admit that if I'm pushed for an outright choice, the horse that I really like here is called Artist Model from the Mike de Kock yard. Going to watch a replay of that last start. It tells a story on how unlucky this horse was, and I think he's the horse to beat. But I've done some cover here, or I've gone with some cover, with number 8, Always Shining, and horse number 11, Carnival Park, that I thought was very disappointing last time out. Hopefully he can turn that form around, but I suspect that he will need gelding. But numbers 4, 8, and 11 going to be my play in leg number 1 of that jackpot. Leg number 2 of that jackpot, number 3, Master Bling, is in excellent form. He's on a hat-trick, gets my vote. Number 6, Buster Keaton for Unreal and Platinum Racing, I think will run well. But the horse that I'm going to be tipping there is number 7, Mask On. But I've gone with cover there, numbers 3, 6, and 7. Then on to the next race. Well, this race looks to be very competitive. I think Salukwe could be the right horse in the field. This race is going to be pace dependent. It's a small field. Horses that enjoy coming from off the speed, and one of them is Salukwe. So Salukwe going to be the marginal first choice, but if things don't work out for him with regards to pace and how he's going to be running on from the back of the field, then number 5, Field Marshal, number 6, Tobacconist, and horse number 8 are good cover there for that jackpot. And then how do we close the jackpot off? Well, the class horse in the race is no doubt Ladatorian for Stuart Ferry and Sean Veal. The cream could certainly rise to the top here, but if he's not fully tuned up for this race, then the cover horse is going to be number 1, Q Wing, my big roughie in the race, long overdue for their next career win. 2, Narina Trogon, who had a fantastic end to last season. Horse number 6, Strat Clyde, who's far better off at the weights with the Shepherd who beat him last time out. You work it out, it's 4 kgs if you factor in Rachel Vinegar's 1.5. So numbers 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7, that perm costing you 180 Rand. Our next bet is going to be a pick 3 that will begin in race number 1. Very simple. Race number 1, we're going with 13, 14, and 16. 14 being the horse to beat, but I think we are well covered there with numbers 13 and 16. I just looked at the betting market anti-post. There's been lots of money for number 12 there, Captain Ship, MJ Odendal's runner, who's well related, a half-brother to Rulership. So keep an eye on that. That's been heavily backed anti-post. Maybe one to consider if you are looking to include a first-timer. But of the race runners, that will be sufficient, 13, 14, and 16. Then race number 2, the Ghost, looks the right horse, but Pantheria and Sia is going to be a horse that I will include in the pick 3, numbers 1 and 5. And then it is a 2-horse race in race number 3, my one and only versus Wozanawe, 5 versus 7. And that pick 3 will cost you 3 times 2, which is 6, and 6 times 2, which is 12 Rand. And then our last bet comes up in It's a Breeze, and very simple. It is going to be a place accumulator. Jot down these numbers. I'll run through it with you. Race number 2, number 1, the Ghost, a banker. Race number 3, my one and only, a banker, number 5. Then it's 2 horses from races 4 through to 8. Race number 4, numbers 4 and 8, but I like the look of Artist Model there. In race number 5, from 4 and 8, we go 6 and 7. Being Buster Keaton, and my top choice, number 7, Mask On. Race number 6, again, 2 runners there. Number 4, Salukwe, and horse number 8, African Dust, a horse that we found last time out on the show for the jackpot. Good ride from Rachel Vinegar. That will be race number 6. And then race number 7, we're going with 2 runners again. The obvious horses, Gladiatorian number 3 and number 2, Narina Tragon. But I like the roughie there, number 1, Q-Wing, as a possible upset. And then how do we close this place accumulator off? Well, I've gone 4 and 5. When I gave in the selections, number 5 was in the race, but since that is a scratching. But we'll leave the 5 in because I think number 4, Shafolia, who's running a week later, looks hard to oppose if she confirms the run last time out behind Luna Cam. So we could double up there in that last leg with the scratching of number 5, Captain's Christian. If you multiply that perm out, it will cost you 32 Rand for a full bet. And that is it, guys. That's the show. We got lots to play for on Sunday. Jackpot, pick 3, and a place accumulator for the show. And we're hoping that everything falls into place. As always, thanks to you, the valued racing fan, for your invaluable spend on the Tote. And together we can surely make a difference. That is it for the show. Thanks to the entire team behind the scenes for It's a Breeze with myself, Deez, and you have a blast. Find all the winners, and hopefully it turns out to be a wonderful end to your weekend at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. Until we meet again, you take care. Salani Gashle.